Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga Section. I'm here to bring the review for Vamp Manga Chapter 22. Now, the aftermath of the Nika vs Gabriel fight, and James as well, he was there, wasn't as long as I thought it would be, but it does leave off in a way for Gabriel to come back further down the line. And I think he should come back further down the line. Um, for two reasons, I think. Yeah, for two reasons. There's two reasons what make me think he's going to come back further down the line. There was a lot of emphasis, at least I feel this way anyway. There was a lot of emphasis on the fact that he doesn't like halflings, half vampires. And we started to touch upon what would be a backstory for Gabriel last chapter of chapter 21 via finding out about his two masters and how he wanted the empire to be pure, remain pure. That's why he killed I can't remember if it was Vlad the Second or Dracula's son, but one of them to his son, which is the other. So if Dracula is the father, then Vlad the Second was the son, and he killed one of them. So yeah, we learn about that, but we don't learn why he hates pure breeds, half vampires so much. So is that reason mainly why I think where he could come back again down the line in another arc because they don't kill him within this chapter, and there's also the fact that they mention his weapon that he was using, Gabriel, the sword of Dracula, and they mentioned that how it didn't show him his true form. The fact that, and that's just an additional reason to add to why my main reason and why they could bring him back, because they mentioned that and we don't get to see the pure form, so you know what gives kind of vibe. So that took up a page. I think it was that like a page, and then we move on to the meat of the chapter, the majority of the chapter, which was the flashback on how Kaz and Rang Fang became friends, and it simply boils down to this: Rang Fang was a bully. He bullied Kaz. An incident on a school trip led to Rang Fang realizing how much of a bully he was being, seeing similarities between he and his dad, him not liking his dad, decided to stop, and shortly after that, they became besties. Well, at least friends. But yeah, I reckon Kaz would definitely say Rang Fang is his best friend and vice versa as well. And now this is all good. Good. I like the flashback as well because it showed ADHD tendencies within Rangfang. Although I do believe that this would be after he got tested, but it did show ADHD characteristics within Rangfang, them being the hot temper and also his unability, and he basically was unable to concentrate because they were on a school trip. The teacher was talking, he wasn't concentrating. He got sidetracked on Kaz, swiped the game girl, and that's how things kicked off. So yes, it showed his ADHD tendencies. I was asking for that, but I want to. Oh, I probably won't get it. A flashback of when he's showed ADHD tendencies for the first time, and therefore they decided to get him tested. And now this is all. The flashback was good on just telling us how their friendship was formed and slightly leading us into how Nick and Jess joined the fray. But, and I will tell you the but in a second, if you watch the live reaction, you would have seen that I thought, oh, I found a plot hole, I found a plot hole. Simply because of what I'm going to mention next after. I mentioned that how this was good in establishing their friendship, but no, I don't see it as a valid reason as to why Kaz fights which essentially right now for me personally is Nick's battle. Nick's I guess destined into this, him being born the Nightmare Prince, and then now he's king, so he's kind of destined into this. But I really don't see why any of the other, and it's mainly for me personally right now, Jess, Rangfang, and Kaz, and you could include Lancelot and Rin, and that's it for now. Why they fight this battle? They're the new generation. Why do they fight this battle? Because from what I can see, Rangfang weren't even from the UK. He just happened to end up in the UK. Why does he fight this battle? So yeah, why does he fight this battle? Because as far as what I'm assuming this for now for Rangfang that his family wasn't ever involved within all this protecting the forearm stuff. So why does now Rangfang have to fight this battle? Whereas with Jess, we know that Jasper fought this battle. He fought alongside Nick's dad and mom. So you know he was involved, and I guess you can say slightly that's why Jess got involved in it as well. But Jess should be able to speak her own mind and have her own reasons for joining this battle, if you understand where I'm coming from. And Kaz within this chapter has told us, because, and this is how it comes across to me, simply because Rang Fang was nice to her, simply because Jess was nice to her, simply because Nick was nice to her, and she was able to make her first bunch of friends. In order to keep this friendship, she's willing to put herself in danger. So, like I was saying, I do see for the fact of friendship, of forming a friendship, good, but I need to know why just Rang Fang and Kaz are fighting alongside Nick, because as far as what I can see so far, they don't have to. Similar, I'm trying to. I don't really think I'm hammering this in the home. It's kind of like in One Piece where Luffy wants to be the Pirate King, but why would people join alongside Luffy? For example, Zoro wants to be the best swordsman in the world, so he is joined with Luffy because he knows that, well, he believes that if he joins with Luffy, his goal could align with Luffy's, whereas he'd be able to achieve his goal because if he traveled in the seas, he'd be able to come across the best swordsman. Therefore, he's joined with Luffy. Another example, Sanji, he wants to find the place is called All Blue, where there's fish from every sea all in one place. And because, again, traveling with a pirate, you're more likely to find this place. Nami wants to do a map of the whole world. Sailing alongside someone who's a pirate will see a majority of the world, therefore she can expand on the map. That's what I'm saying. Their individual goals line up somewhat with Luffy's goal, and that's why they sail together. I'm not seeing that within Vamp story right now. Nick has a goal which was forced upon him, but why is it forced upon Jess, Rang Fang, and Kaz? And those are the most important because they're the main four. But anybody else within their generation, so Lancelot will be thrown in there as well. Rin will be thrown in there as well. I've clearly made my point now. So that happens. We find out the relation between Lockdown and Kaz because that was hinted at back in their fight. Auntie Laura, Kaz's auntie. Fair enough. That's all said and done and dusted now. No, because I think Lockdown will be done when this Monsters arc is done. I don't. Redemption for Laura. I don't know. 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 In all honesty, I don't think it matters at this point. But there is possibility for redemption for Laura. Whatever. Moving on to the final bits of the chapter, setting up the last chapter, which I think would be Inkra versus M2K. Inca, I know you're not gonna win, but go for it, go for it, go for it, bro, go for it, sis. I know you don't have a gender yet, so I'm gonna call you both, but go for it, seriously, go for it. But yeah, that's where we leave off the chapter. With Inca about to go ham, hopefully, on M2K. What I seriously do see happening though is that they fight, sorry. Um, yeah, what I see to do is they fight. Inca gives it his best shot. M2K turns it around, and then boom, leaving off the chapter. Something's gonna happen there, but I think that should be when, like, because like every party now has finished their fight, and Rin and Lancelot, they finished the fight time ago, so it should be like first in there, whereas Wang Fang, oh yeah, definitely Wang Fang, he still be under the effects of his fight. So basically as well. And also just remember one more thing. Another reason why I think that Gabriel will come back at a later time date, because out of all, maybe excusing BuzzFeed, maybe excusing Buzz, maybe if Buzz didn't get more, then I'd say it was on the same level. But basically, what I'm getting at here is that none of the other members that have had fights have got their backstories touched upon as much as Gabriel did. We know Buzz has the link between Rang Fang and Inkra, but when it comes to the Ice Dragon, we know that they had hostages being held for them, but there was no backstory. No backstory for the Ice Dragon. Was it Pixie or Fairy? Whatever. No backstory for them. Was that it? Yeah, because there were 6 parties. Dragon, Fairy, BuzzFeed, Gabriel. Who am I missing? Buzz? Oh, Lockdown. Didn't get a backstory, but we found out that Auntie. Who am I missing? And which other one I'm missing? This video's taking up too much time, and you could probably see my point, what the point I'm trying to make right now. But for this chapter, I'm going to give it a 3-star rating and call it a review. I'll see you in the last one. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.